So a lot of folks picked up Gorgon in the Sanctum Showdown, and you might be looking for a deck to play him in. Well, I would say you can probably kind of just toss him into anything. He's sort of a harmless 2-drop if you're really stressed about Arishem decks or any created stuff decks. Like, you know, this is a sort of tech card against those, can slow them down a little bit. Not totally sure he's worth that slot, but he's at least a possibility for you. But if you want a deck that's more like focused around Gorgon and built for him, then I put together this list, which had a pretty solid 9 and 6 run for me. It's not lighting the world on fire, but it definitely felt playable. And the idea here is that if you give your opponent a bunch of Sentinels with Master Mold, you can actually make those even more punishing to play thanks to Gorgon, making them, you know, super annoying in hand, and not even that like extra layer of like flexibility where sometimes, you know, it's like, oh, I don't have anything else to do, I'll just play one of these Sentinels. Well, with Gorgon, that's definitely not happening. And then you also have Black Widow, which is even more annoying with Gorgon because suddenly they have to spend either 1 energy or sometimes like up to 3 energy. Because you can actually play Gorgon into Mystique into Moonstone for the triple Gorgon cost increase, which makes the Widow's Kiss extremely annoying. More likely you kind of get 2 with like Gorgon and Moonstone, and then maybe save the Mystique for a Ronan on turn 6. You know, Ronan on 5, Mystique on 6, which is the other line in this deck, of course, that helps support the Master Mold Sentinel hand filling alongside, you know, Maximus in that little package. We've also got Iceman and Hood in the mix here, both as setups for Grandmaster on turn 2 and great plays for Misery on turn 4, because now you have kind of these 3 early game on reveals that all have follow-ups that reward you later in the game. You know, Hood into Misery is just such a classic combo that gives you a ton of really efficient power. I also put a Red Hulk in here. I'm not totally sure if this is right or not. In some ways, like making these cost more can kind of help the Red Hulk, because it's like, okay, well, you know, they spent extra energy to fill out a turn 4 when they would have only spent 3 normally or something, right? Like it helped them fill it out. But at the same time, you know, there is enough disruption that sometimes you kill a turn completely, whether that's via Iceman or just like hand filling, that Hulk still gets hit. And I did feel like our Hulks are usually 13 or 16 in this deck. So he had a couple moments where he's relevant, but definitely a question mark on this list for me. It might just be better to have more like flexible mid-game cards. Another 3-drop, for instance, could be nice. So all in all, a solid little deck that's primarily driven by the Ronan package, but had some fun stuff to do with Gorgon. I will say, I don't really feel like Gorgon is what made this good. There were a few moments where he kind of seemed relevant, but it's also kind of hard to tell how well it works. Now, on top of that, Arishem just disappeared for me when I started playing this card. I ran into one Arishem game across like 2.5 or 3 hours of recording because I had like some different Gorgon lists, one of which you're going to see show up in this video just because the game was so sick. I had to include it with a variation basically of this build that didn't work nearly as well. But Arishem just didn't exist for me. Like, theoretically, Gorgon is kind of good if there's a lot of Arishem in the meta, and particularly like that Moonstone stuff can be punishing. But remember, they also just have a lot of their own real cards in an Arishem deck that aren't affected by Gorgon. So I guess ultimately what I'm saying is this deck kind of works. I think Gorgon is an excuse to play this deck, but not really all that additive from like a power level standpoint. I think if you took Gorgon out of this deck, it would more or less feel about the same. There's occasionally some cool moments for it. And that leaves me pretty soft on this card overall. Like, I just don't think it's that relevant. It's like you're sacrificing a slot in your deck to occasionally make your opponent's life a little bit worse, but you're always kind of making your life a little bit worse by running a pretty weak 2-drop. I will say maybe some ongoing decks could use this as a free 2 slot. There's a lot of kind of give on the 2-cost slot, and ongoing decks in particular, they just kind of toss in random stuff very often. So that's another angle for Gorgon that doesn't play as specifically to him. Maybe he's fine there, especially if certain decks rise up in the meta. He could kind of come into ongoing decks and pull them back down a little bit. So that's a reason to keep an eye on him in the future. But in this current meta, not totally in love with Gorgon in this deck. Totally fine addition to an okay deck, but absolutely nothing amazing here either. So fun card, cool card, gonna have some funny moments for sure in this video, just not one I really recommend trying to put into a ton of decks. Okay, pretty intriguing Gorgon hand, man. Gorgon 2, Master Mold 3, Misery. Oh, I would have loved to weave that Hood into the Misery, man. That would have been great. Iceman would still be pretty cool though. It's definitely still Master Mold on 2, right? Do you actually go Moonstone on 4 with the Gorgon, or do you go Misery on 4 already? You probably go Misery on 4 already, right? It's actually a fine spot for this because we're gonna misery next turn. Clear out that master mold. Then you got a misery to Yondu head start, which feels pretty good. So 2 sentinels in hand, 4 real cards. Oh, gladiator did big for me. It does. Wow. Nice, dude. That's really good. Okay. Ooh, do we like Grandmaster better? Not really, right? No, not right now. No. Master mold's fine. So they have 7 cards in. We kind of want them to play 2 cards. They are a mill deck, by the way, clearly. Probably have enough stuff in hand to kind of get by, honestly, if they go for like crazy mill things. So makes 2 more in hand since they play. So they have 4 sentinels in hand right now. Hand is full against the oh, the demon whiffs. Oh, you love to see that. Okay, no demon for them. That's cool. That's great news. Do we go here to make those sentinels just the worst feeling cards on earth? In my opinion, it's debatable, right? I'm not really sad if they play 3-cost sentinels anyway. Like, that's pretty good news for us. And I don't really need more power here, you know? Like, we're kind of committed on power thanks to that gladiator. So I think we actually just shift elsewhere here. Maybe move that misery mid so Lechuguias can test it without the rocks. And then Black Widow can buff Ronan next turn. And then maybe just finish on Red Hulk. Or maybe Moonstone Maximus, depending on how we want to split the power out, you know? Those all might be differently advantageous. So 2 cards played here. Negasonic, we dodged. Death is too big, though. That's scary. We kind of have to avoid that, I guess, right? Which means it's probably... Well, I don't really like... Well, oh, they're actually pretty small here, honestly. But this deck does run Shang-Chi. What are the odds they have a Shang-Chi? They have 2 real cards in hand. Boy, if they have a Shang-Chi, they go to what, 11? I can't really go to 11 anyway, right? Unless I literally play doubles here, which seems completely insane. They have 10 cards deck, which means really 4 cards in deck. So it's like Shang-Chi's not that unlikely is what's crazy. I guess, yeah, we can't go 6 and 6 mid either. That doesn't work because Negasonic Death holds against 6 and 6. So we can't flip there. Oh, dude, Shang-Chi going to 11 left is a real pain, isn't it? I mean, it feels wrong to play around Shang-Chi. I don't think that's the right decision, but it's like maybe one of the only ways we lose is what's weird. But like any medium size, but you just like you never play a medium sized card here, right? Like the only way you're in this game is if you have Shang-Chi, right? Oh, they played a medium sized card there. Uh oh, but if the only way you play left is if you have Shang-Chi, right? So this plays around Shang-Chi.
Power must be controlled.
Did I hold right, though, is the question. They would just leave the game if they didn't have Shang-Chi, right? Like, they would just leave the game, dude. Oh, tough decision. They drew that rock, and they had a Shang-Chi, so they really only had the 1 real card, and that's... tough calls, dude. Tough calls, dude. Oh... This was a shockingly good play for them, by the way. Like, this really limited us. That Negasonic really made life awkward. You just kind of deduced based on, like, why are they in this game when things are so awkward for them, you know? Thankfully, too, the Gorgon keeps them from playing, like, a 2-cost Sentinel to tie here, you know? Like, they can't play the Sentinel and the Shang-Chi together. So it's, you know, 2 Sentinels we beat fine for tiebreaker. Well, they could have played 2 Sentinels right, I guess. But again... You would never think that wins. Like, you would never stay in the game. I mean, you know, some people stay in for fun, obviously. They might take a flyer on it. But assuming both players have a full intent to win, you would never expect 2 Sentinels right to hold. All right, pretty easy choice here. We want to go right or left always for Grandmaster. So Gorgon on 2, also pretty cool. We'll play him all day. Scargon looking like a hella deck. Ugh. We could put a bunch of master molds in their deck. I guess that's kind of disruptive, but not really that much. Ronan also pretty bad against all the discards. Who told all these people to play freaking Ronan or hella, dude? Who did it? Actually, I didn't do it. It's already out there. Don't blame me. I didn't do it. I had to. Yeah, Black Widow's pretty great with Gorgon, actually. We'll probably just go Black Widow, Maximus, Gorgon next turn, right? The Black Widow thing prevents the Maximus from going off. We definitely don't want them having more cards if we don't have to. We also definitely want to fill our curve, so. Ooh, Master Mold's also very cool, but I think making them spend 2 on this is more disruptive, right? Ultimately, at the moment, I mean, their hand is admittedly very full. 4 cards in hand. If it was 5 cards in hand, we thought it was going to be fuller, it would be better. I mean, if you just go Master Mold Maximus right now instead of Gorgon, I mean, they are going to 5. Well, no, that's just, no, I just don't like that better. There's just no way that's better. There's no way that's better. All right, let's try this. Panopticon does actually kind of make the Black Widow a slightly better play, but we're not still thrilled about it. I mean, they're not still thrilled about playing it because they got to spend 1 on it, you know? Could potentially throw the curve a little bit. And then we go Ronan left. Doesn't usually hold well against Hela stuff, but, you know, it's the best we got. So we're just going wide and kind of hoping for the best. We probably just finish on a Red Hulk mid. Sadly, he wasn't in hand earlier to get very big because they have floated a ton right now. 3 and 4, they basically just passed. The Black Widow hopefully disrupts any chance of getting Hela. Let's go, dude. They're just too tilted, I guess. Well, I mean, you could just play this for 1. I mean, what were they wanting to play on 5, I guess? Like a Blink, maybe? Blink's pretty good. I don't know. I mean, the 3-cost discards still should have been playable, right? Like, play this for 1 and then 3-cost discards. I don't know, though, dude. I love it, dude. Maybe between the Iceman, the Gorgon, and the Black Widow, it was just too much. Because the Iceman went off twice, right? All right, pretty cool hand. Would love to find a Master Mold. Would love to see a Iceman. I guess it's kind of off curve already, but all right. Ooh, Gorgon into Moonstone could be kind of fun, but we need, you know, reasons to be excited about that. Ever since I started playing these Gorgon decks, I just never ever see Airsham. It's just like it turns off. It's just like the game knows. Like, no. We wouldn't dare punish the Airsham players. No, you're crazy. I mean, I like our vault load up at least. US Agent's kind of weird for throne room, isn't it? I mean, Hulk might still just be big enough to carry him. I guess, yeah, with the Moonstone, the Black Widow card is really annoying, so we'll go ahead and do that. That's fine. Sometimes you want to save it for the bigger Ronan, right? Like, put it in hand at the end so it's a +2 to Ronan or whatever, but... Oh, this is funny. They're not going to get to draw this card right now until they play the Black Widow card. It's really amusing. So they have 4 real cards in hand. They play 1 plus the thing. I mean, there is a world where you do this and it feels kind of cool. But if you're worried about this holding, I don't think this is right. Like, it just makes their hand unusable. I think since they're likely to have already played this card, I think we go here and we just like trust even Red Hulk mid. I think Ronan holds left always. Like, I think he's just big enough. Uh-oh. Widow's Bite plus Diamond Back. Okay, so they played 2 cost Widow's Bite, 3 cost Diamond Back. And this holds against like Hazmat and stuff, right? I mean, this is still a 10 power Red Hulk. Like, don't you expect that to double here? I kind of like it better than Jotunheim because Jotunheim seems like it leans into their plan more for like Ajax or something. Ajax doesn't really resolve well in Throne Room, so I think it's just Red Hulk. I will say there's like some argument for Misery plus Maximus, right? Like Misery also probably holds, but I kind of just want to show off with the Red Hulk, to be honest. I didn't even go mid. Wow. Uh-oh, I'm feeling some regrets. I'm feeling some regrets, dude. Okay, Man-Thing is totally fine, right? Yeah, Man-Thing's fine. He gets debuffed by Agent even more so. Wait, why is he like so tiny? What happened here? Oh, it's the anti-venom card and they had no Luke Cage. Yeah, okay. A Luke Cage here would have owned left. Depends, I don't know. How much did this Widow's Bite throw them off having to spend 2 on it, I wonder? I don't know. Oh my god, it's an Airsham player, but what are the odds I actually find Gorgon? Never, right? The odds of hitting both Airsham and Gorgon are basically 0, I think. I should put my right. I zoned out on what I'm doing here. Master Mold is cool though. Let's just set up for Misery now though. Normally we set up for Grandmaster, right? I got so excited with the Airsham I messed it up. But Misery's cool at least. Adam Warlock, Hawkeye for these one. That's a pretty cool little combo, dude. Adam Warlock in the deck, Airsham, Hawkeye generation. Gorgon! Oh my god, dude. Yes. We also have Moonstone Gorgon, which is pretty cool too. And then maybe we just try to win Throne Room with like Ronan. Dude, this is actually so sick, dude. So we're gonna send in 2 more Master Molds. Hopefully they play 2 cards this turn. We're Sentinels, I mean, of course. Oh my god, Ronan Mystique is kind of cool, but we don't have time to Moonstone and Misery and Ronan Mystique. I mean, this kind of holds, right? Like 13's enough to be very annoying, and then you maybe just go Ronan Mystique. Because this makes Airship cards worse and makes the Sentinels worse. Like, arguably, you know, potentially, like, their whole hand is screwed. Maybe you just rip this. Kind of wishing I'd put the Gorgon left now to give myself some flexibility here. But, yeah, I think we don't want to wait too long, actually. Yeah, I think instead of going for extra Sentinels, just extra punish on the Airship cards is better. Right? That Captain Marvel cost 5, and they played it on 5, so... Let's put this, well, no, it's always bigger for Throne Room here, right? Mystique's always smaller, but Mystique's still big enough to flex left. Yeah, so everything costs 2 more for them if it's in their deck. That sucks, dude. That sucks, dude. That sucks, dude. I need, like, Maximus. I mean, Ronan always holds unless they have Shang-Chi, right? Always holds. Does the Mystique hold is the question. Don't have Shang-Chi, bro.
Power must be controlled.
I freaking love, dude. It's so tilting, dude, because it's like, dude, 20 cards. Whatever, you know, 24 cards. I don't know what it is anymore. They just had the Blob and the Shang-Chi in hand. Like, that's the only 2 cards they needed to win, you know? Like, these beat my entire game plan. Non-generated cards in hand from the start. The Giant 6 to play on turn 5, and the Shang-Chi to finish on Throne Room. Like, it's just so brutal, dude. I think we misplayed a little bit with Gorgon mid, you know, because I was laser focused on Misery, and then, like, we pivoted to Moonstone. I don't think it mattered against Shang-Chi though. I think we still would have gotten beat, right? It would have been really hard to flip this. It's so frustrating, dude. It's so frustrating. You finally get an Airship game and they just have everything they need anyway. It's like it doesn't even really help. Ayo, Hood is very good. Let's put him right for potential Grandmaster top deck, right? Where's my deck daggers? There. Spooky stuff. Boy, do we go for Besieged? It's pretty great against with the Hood, yeah. I mean, we could definitely win it with these 2. There's no question. If we think it's worth it on the Maximus or not, or if we need it, like you might trust Demon as well. We'd rather have like Gorgon Demon probably. Oh, Jotunheim even better. Funny. Yeah, let's just go hard. Let's get the Destroyer here. This just locks us in mid, and then, you know, we just try to win with like Ronan right or something. I don't know. Moonstone left is kind of cool, but Mystique's really what you're looking for there, so not that cool. I mean, Gorgon technically works there too, but yeah, handful. Thankfully, like, you know, not a lot of value off the Maximus, of course. Destroyer added here, so we're way ahead. Hood denied. Oh, you know what? Misery is just bigger too, right? Let's just play Misery here. Bigger than Moonstone. Moonstone doesn't have any upside other than Gorgon, which is probably not a card I would play till 6 anyway, because I want to play Ronan for sure. So Shang-Chi is like obviously a risk a little bit, but weirdly with Shang-Chi, we're like still not that far, you know, like we would have what, 14 to 10 right now, for instance. That would be kind of a spicy play. So maybe we'll just toss like a Moonstone right. Worst case, you know, Grandmaster left, maybe. I don't even know. Grandmaster wherever, really. Red Hulk would be probably not a great top deck, but might still be the best power output we have. Currently 9 is. Could be 13. 10 even's fine. So they got some Elsa upside, but still been a lot of tiny stuff. So Ronan is getting pretty small based on this hand currently. Silk is gonna move. Where's she going? Silk is going right, so no good for Craven, and great for us with Jotunheim. I don't have a good way to juice up the Ronan again. Gorgon here. We have priorities. This Silk doesn't really necessarily Like often Silk does end up right. I mean, I think this is just, we'll just do our best here. There's not really a lot of choices, right? Just one card right is fine to hedge. And then you kind of hope left holds. Although, you know, Silk Craven's potentially a lot of power left. This is not a good turn 6 for the record, though. Mystique would have been nice. Mystique right would have been amazing, right? Gorgon left kind of thing would have been the dream. Hulk right would have been solid, too. Moonstone at least contests the Silk, though. That's the important thing. But if they play a card right on top of that, we have like 5 to 3. So it would have to be, you know, 3 or less to tie, 2 or less to win. 3 to tie, 2 or less to win. Nowhere for Silk to go. Okay, that's different. Ronan definitely got a lot smaller, but do they even win right now? Oh, Sasquatch is huge, dude. Miles is huge. Kitty Pryde is big. There's no way there's a Shang-Chi left in here, right? Spider-Man. That pulls Destroyer. Do we lose? Oh, it doesn't pull Destroyer. Wow, they actually put together a little winning line, though, dude. That was pretty cool. Just enough to hold left. 23 to 20 because the running got so small. Oh, I didn't think about that. What if Spider-Man grabs Master Mold? It's 8 to 7 or 6. Yeah, no, that was the line. They had to grab the 1 of 4 Master Mold, not the big Destroyer to win mid. It was about winning right. Oh, yeah, interesting. Good output from the opponent, honestly, dude. Oh my god, this is a beautiful, well, do we want to go for Destroyer? It's not impossible. I mean, we have a 1, 2, 3. It's pretty cool. I mean, I really kind of want to play for Grandmaster almost, but Gorgon first just because he's bigger, I guess. Yeah, really good with Black Widow as well, so we can finish on the Master Mold later on an awkward turn, you know. Dude, is Jotunheim the featured location? I've seen it 3 times today already. That seems wild. I mean, this locks us in. If we win, oh, opponent's just done, dude. They don't want to deal with it. Wow, okay. What a tempo deck we are, dude. Look at this. Just hitting the 1, 2, 3 and winning. It's like second Asgard besieged carry, man. All right, Debris Misery could be kind of wild. They're also running Debris, so all right, let's just get bodies down early against Debris decks in particular. I think that's really important. You don't want to get too far behind on tempo and just like lose out, right? Maybe we go like Debris right, and the opponent's also gonna Debris. Then we Misery it, and hopefully we're just ahead enough on tempo to win, right? Or maybe there's like one spot for a big Red Hulk or something, you know? Yeah, there's their Debris. Okay. Dude, this is already crazy locked up. So we'll go Misery here to make a spot with the Debris, and then hopefully lock them out left. Hopefully we still have a spot left and mid and mid. Now they're gonna have a ton of spots right, but if they're locked out left, we should be able to win left with just whatever, and then Hulk mid should farm on the final turn, right? That's gonna be the plan. That's the plan. Oh, magic. I don't even mind that, dude. Like, I think that's just a better Red Hulk here, basically. I think we're gonna have just like more space than the opponent pretty much across the board. Like one card to one card. I do maybe need to be mindful of like, you know, goblins or something, right? That's definitely one consideration. If we think that's already a risk, we could definitely send the Misery over. I do have priority. Anything wins left, like literally just, you know, whatever, Iceman, Moonstone, something garbage. Yeah, maybe we'll do this now. I wish the Misery destroyed the rocks, right? That would be perfect. It's kind of risky because it's going to go down basically to 5. If they have anything bigger than 5, maybe it's not time yet, actually. Let's wait one more turn. I don't know. It's like a little risky, but let's wait one more turn. If we can. If not, we may have to play like a Red Hulk. Yeah, we have to play a Red Hulk. This is actually kind of, we actually sort of inadvertent. Oh no, oh, the magic. Oh my God, thank God. Okay, well now the game's just over, right? If they hit the Viper, dude, the Viper would have destroyed us. What a 50-50 there, that's crazy. They might have had a hard time winning this anyway, but probably not, right? Like 14's pretty achievable. It's a little hard for this deck sometimes to put out big numbers, but I bet they had like a cannonball in particular that could win. Okay, Iceman Grandmaster is a solid opener, to be honest. Yeah, with Red Hulk in hand in particular, hopefully it messes them up a little bit. I know in theory, it's like, oh, well, it could help them, Regis. It could help them fill their curve, which is true. But I think it's often more likely it messes them up. Yeah, let's go Master Mold. Dude, we would love to see a freaking Misery here with me. 2 Sentinels in hand, that's 6 cards. Hood left for them. Kind of implies it's been deleted too somehow. Probably Misery. Or maybe giving it to me like a Viper or something? Okay, well, Ant-Man is annoying. My tiny cards here are annoying too. I basically have to see a Misery now. I mean, maybe Red Hulk gets big enough to carry, but you doubt it. Okay, dude. Please God, show me the Misery, dude. Like I'm literally losing my mind. This is my last chance to draw it next turn. Please, God, it's a 1 in 4. I mean, dude, what are the odds that you play the clog deck on the world ship game, and I have Misery in my deck, and I can't get it to clear all this out, dude? You know how hard we would win this freaking game with a Misery right now? Very hard. It would be very hard. I'm honestly not even gonna give them the extra cube. No, I'm too tilted. I almost always get everybody the extra cube, but I'm too tilted. No. Screw you, Hamburglar. You've stolen another one. You have stolen another one. Iceman 01's beautiful, yeah. Set up for Misery, set up for Grandmaster, either way. Very, very happy. Master Mold on 2 would be the next dream, I guess. Maybe Hood on 3, although Black Widow is totally fine. This Jotunheim featured location, ugh, man, nasty. I guess it's for Diamondback synergy, right? But I feel like Diamondback just slid under the radar because everybody got so wrapped up in Sanctum Showdown, where she wasn't really all that relevant. I mean, I think she's probably okay, but it wasn't certainly a top of the meta type of thing. It seems like just one of the more quiet releases, despite, I think, probably being a pretty good card. Sort of rare. Yeah, Mystique we're definitely saving till later. Would still probably play a Master Mold over a Black Widow here. I don't even think probably is the answer to that. I think definitely, yeah. Black Widow is good to save, I'll say, until turn 6, since we do have the Ronan Mystique. We can put at least one extra card in hand there, which is nice. So I guess we will definitely play the Black Widow. Safe to Misery thanks to the activate. Misery on 4 looks awesome. Just Iceman again. Dude, this Red Hulk's gonna be big too. That's gonna be a viable turn 6 card as well. I don't even need Mystique. Master Mold does hit. I think Master Mold Mystique might be better than Red Hulk, right? I mean, I guess it depends on how big it gets and how isolated power output is, but it seems like it'll be better. Hopefully Iceman really screws with their plans though. Let's see. Silver Samurai gets rid of, I guess, is that Mystique or Master Mold? Which one is this? Cost or power? Power. All right, well, that makes Red Hulk look a lot better, so question answered, I guess. Oh, we're waiting on 6 for that, right? Yeah, probably. Silver Samurai sounds like hella. What did they discard? Iron Man, yeah. Well, I guess actually I kind of value Black Widow now because they might be looking for their hella, and this might stop that. It's not guaranteed, but it might have a small chance to impact them. So it makes my Ronan a little worse, but everybody else is a little better. I guess since we can just go 3 across here, we might as well. Makes the Hella check a little harder too. Actually, I think Hella probably is an easy go right though. But then I don't know, you still got mid and left set up. 2 cards played. That's Hella plus Dude plus Bite, yeah. Blade is what gets discarded. Wow, what an insane low roll for the Hella deck here, dude. Wow, and they stacked it all right too. I mean, the Ronan got tiny, but still big enough, dude. The Blade actually, I guess, did kind of beat the Ronan in a lot of scenarios. Like, Blade emptied the hand so effectively. Like, so the Widow's Bite, unfortunately, was a downside for us, right? Like, it did not stop the Hella as we hoped. They already had the Hella in hand. And it made Ronan notably worse, right? Because they didn't draw a card, which shrinks your Ronan. And they played it for free, which shrinks your Ronan, right? So we took a little bit of a gamble that did not pay off. I wonder if we could have made an argument that, like, Hella had such bad cards. I mean, we didn't know exactly what the Hella was going to be, I guess. That was part of it, so that's hard to say. The Blade at 2, if it had been 1, by the way, instead of Iceman, like, they could have played Hellcow Blade and probably had a really sick Hella. So I guess I would make the argument that, like, even if this were 11 or 13, it's still so exposed to Hella's win condition that it still loses a lot of the time anyway. Like, the difference between 13 and 9 on the early Widow's Bite is so minimal of a break point that you're just better off trying to stop the Hela, I think. Okie dokie. Baron Mordo is an okay turn 2. Clearly not our dream or anything, but he's okay. Is Otto's Lab the featured location? I've seen it so much today, man. Like 20 times, I swear. Grandmaster Baron Mordo, again, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. We might want to avoid Otto's Lab until late in that case, though, which is sometimes hard to predict and play around. Like, that can make life a little clunky. Oh, well, there goes my turn. I mean, of all the cards, man, these two in hand just chilling like idiots, and this gets pulled. Like, really? Draw card's good. We like them having cards in hand. Master Mold's very good, too. Okay, a little happier now. I guess we'll go Black Widow first, though. Just stay on curve. Master Mold Maximus maybe next turn. Limbo. Oh, my. Oh, I'm nervous now. I think I want to finish on Black Widow, right? Maybe this is a solid misery location. In other words, Black Widow on 6 just to add an extra card to hand for Ronan, right? Or 7, I mean, whatever. Bullseye. Okay, sure. Good timing on the Mystique, actually. Misery left is still potentially quite powerful as well. That would be a cool turn 7 play, but I kind of want to play Mystique now, you know. If I get a Gorgon and they add a bunch of like swarms to hand, I could Gorgon Mystique to make the swarms cost 2 so that they don't get discarded by Bullseye. Bro, that would be so sick. Oh my god, I really want to do that. So maybe I do play Red Hulk and get priority. Like, I focus on getting priority so that I can play Gorgon Mystique, dude. Oh my god. Bro, that is a cool idea. I don't know if it's good, but it's a cool freaking idea. Opponent has snapped. They're feeling good. I mean, I can't blame them. Limbo looks quite enticing. There's a Morbius, sure. There's a Moon Knight. Uh-oh. Be Maximus, please God. Be Maximus, please God. Please God, be Maximus. Please God, please. Please God, yes, okay. That was important. Oh my god, do I actually get priority here, dude? Maybe now I'm thinking about this Black Widow again. Like, do I use this to buff Ronan at the end of next turn or not? Misery, this is 5. I can play it. I don't know. I just really hope they don't go off this turn, right? Like, I want to have priority. I think Red Hulk will get priority. I'm a little bit worried if they play like a MODOK mid, I might still not get priority because it'd be a ton of points. I could arguably do this now in case I don't get priority next turn, right? It's kind of worse. I don't know when they're going to try to go off, but it kind of ensures that if I lose priority, I'm still good to deny them their swarms. You know what I mean? Like, hoping they don't. Oh my god. Oh, I think we would have had priority, it looks like, probably based on this. So we probably would have been better off the other way. But this is still so disruptive right now, dude. This is so disruptive. Oh my god, dude. The Bullseye now can't hit anything, right? None of the swarms. The Dakin shards are gone. And then I guess we just try to win left, right? Am I crazy? Like, the Bullseye hits nothing. I mean, there might still be a MODOK that makes Morbius really big and still makes Dakin bigger. But I feel like this is... I guarantee they were not expecting this, by the way. This is so evil, dude. I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, I feel like the problem is they can still put together a pretty cool turn. Like, just MODOK, you know, is maybe enough. I don't know, but this is. I mean, dude, does MODOK actually lose me left anyway? Like, oh man, If they just play MODOK and well, I guess there's some swarms coming back. Like, does Ronan stay big enough? They go to 18. I actually don't know. Maybe not, honestly. MODOK might win, right? I might be better off. Well, I don't even know what options I have, right? Like, priority means Black Widow's getting discarded anyway. So, oh no, dude, how big are they? How big are they? How many swarms are coming back? That's a swarm. They had 2 swarms in hand, right? So I think 19. Bullseye whiffed. It's 1 point. Yes, dude. They have 4 swarms in hand that kept this 1 point big enough. The bullseye whiffed, dude. The bullseye couldn't hit any of the swarms. They all cost 2 instead of 1. Wow. Unbelievable Gorgon Mystique play. I mean, the MODOK, like we said, right? Like, this was scary. I'm glad we went left. This was just too much threat. Oh my god, dude. What a crazy win condition. That is wild. This is so rare, but very cool. Very cool.